Okay folks, in this episode of Surviving the Zombie Attacks, I'm going to show you how to make your own pellets from tire weights. This is like a 22 caliber pellet. We're going to make one real quick. You never know when you're on your own and you got nothing to work with. Alright, so all you need is a pair of wire snips, a pin, stainless steel pin in this case, maybe a nail would do, whatever you can find, and a hammer. I'm sure if you're really hard up, you could get by with any blunt object to use as a hammer. You gotta smash the tire weight kind of flat. Now, of course, you're not going to use one of these 22 caliber pellet to take out a zombie, but if you're on your own and you gotta fend for yourself and find food, what you can use one of these 22 pellets for is to take out a rabbit or a squirrel, maybe even a dove or other bird that's roosting, and you can do it as long as you're using an air rifle, largely without giving away your position, because the air rifle is not going to make nearly as much noise as a firearm. Once I got it bent over, I'm going to give it some little slits here. I do need to take out some of the excess material. And what you end up with is not a perfect pellet, of course, but if you can get it such that it's somewhat hollow in the middle, and then you can make, and then it's fairly thin sheet of metal around the outside, basically. The ideal is to have enough give in it where you can stuff it into the chamber of your air rifle and have it fire. So let's give it a shot and see if it'll stuff. Alright, now this is an old gnarly air rifle. I wouldn't recommend trying this with a good one for starters. I don't even know if the seals are good enough on this thing to actually fire anymore. But anyways, so this is a pretty gnarly pellet. I just kind of stuff it in there. Just try to back it out here a little bit. I actually went to my smaller one. That was the first one I made. Don't want to, put too big of a pellet in there first time. Get it just, jammed in there and not ever do anything any good. But I'm gonna jam it on in there pretty good. And then you may even use a nail or whatever to try to work the edges down. But it actually does need to be a little bit big for starters to make, a decent seal with the sidewalls of the barrel. So now it's just a matter of getting it stuffed in there, which is easier said than done. Using my pen to stuff it on in there. There we go. There it is in. Alright. Let's see if it fires. Ooh. I don't know if this thing's holding any pressure or not. Alright, I didn't see where my bullet went. My homemade bullet. I think this is one of those things with practice you get better. But it did hit the water bottle enough to punch a hole in it. At least a gash. So I think a little practice and you'll have something that would be effective against small game.